Hello, friends. This is Neetu Jawle, your friend, and I am a relationship coach. Today, we are all geared up for the third session, that is communication with self. Before we start, when we think communication, what we see? An image of two people talking to each other? However, we talk more to ourselves than we talk to people around us. And this communication with self is called as intrapersonal communication. Intra means internal or within. Intrapersonal communication can be called as self-talk or internal dialogue or communication with self. Our choices of behavior, our thoughts, and even how we allow others to treat us are important communication to ourselves from ourselves. Our self-talk or communication with self is instrumental in our overall health and happiness. This internal dialogue is always going in our mind and it is uniquely human. Our self-talk can cheer us, motivate us, and make us feel better about ourselves. However, it can function in the opposite way also, where it can be too negative and against our well-being. Hence, it is the most powerful form of communication because it either empowers you or it defeats you. The way we talk to ourselves creates our reality. Let's understand it in a more simpler way. Have you ever noticed that your inner chatter giving your self-instructions all the time? When you finish your work to your satisfaction, you hear yourself praising, saying, "Well done, you were great." And when something happens to your dismay or something challenging situation arises, you may find saying, "I knew this would happen. I am always unfortunate. Nothing happens my way." This inner chatter is self-talk. In other words, it's your way of communicating with yourself. It is not what we say out loud that really determines our lives. It is what we whisper to ourselves that has power. In yesterday's session, we got introduced to concept of beliefs. You must have identified your limiting beliefs and the pattern you have opted for years together based on them. Let's now understand and explore more about our belief system and how it plays an important role in our self-talk. Like I said earlier, self-talk is a very powerful tool. It can make us or break us. For most of us, it is tied to our sense of self. It originates from the beliefs that we hold about who we fundamentally are. Positive self-talk originates from our empowering beliefs. It does good to us. It helps us prosper and reach stars. On the contrary, negative self-talk comes from our limiting beliefs and pulls us down from reaching our full potential. Well, our goal must be to restrict negative self-talk and replace them with positive ones. Is it simple? Definitely not. But is it possible? Definitely yes. Let me share an anecdote. It's a story of another girl. Let's call her Renu. Renu was quite fascinated by speakers like Tony Robbins and Louis Hay and many more. She always had this wish to become effective speaker. Whenever she used to listen to her friends who could communicate confidently, she would be in awe. So what was stopping her? She had a limiting belief that she is not good in public interactions, and she would always get what she used to think. Remember, when we choose beliefs, we choose a premeditated outcome. Her inner chatter, that's her self-talk, would start playing that you're not good at it, and she would never give it a try. Studies indicate from 40 to 95% of human behavior, how we think, what we say, and our overall actions fall into habit categories. So, on a conservative average, more than 55% of the times we are on an autopilot. Friends, such self-talks are in auto-respond mode in given circumstances. They just start playing as we are so habituated to them. So when we have to restrict negative self-talk, there has to be conscious effort towards it. We have to break our habit and replace it with new positive self-talk. So it's a process of unlearning what we have gathered over years and relearn the new language which will unleash our real potential. It needs discipline and resilience. I would say here, don't be a victim of negative self-talk. Remember, you are listening. Renu did exactly the same. When she did introspection, she realized that her inner chatter is playing villain in her own life. If she has to work towards her dream of becoming a public speaker, she has to fight this villain herself. She started looking for her strengths she has been blessed with instead of focusing on her weaknesses. She consciously changed her thinking pattern to utilize her positive traits to overcome her fear. She keeps using positive self-talks like, "You can do it, you will perform well. It was tough, but with effort she made it happen." So how are you going to make the best of this powerful tool called self-talk? So let's all get ready for today's exercise. Today also we have 3 exercises. Exercise 1. Identify what is your self-talk. Under what circumstances or situations your negative self-talk starts playing. Exercise 2. What are your steps to unlearn these negative self-talks? Can you do it yourself or you need any professional guidance for it? Exercise 3. What new possible positive self-talks should be used to enhance your performance? Take your own time. You're going to take some time to complete the exercises. You can keep a daily check by keeping a small journal with you. So, let's be mindful of our self-talk because it's a conversation with the universe. As Louis Hay says, you have criticized yourself for years and it hasn't worked. Try approving of yourself and see what happens. Friends, we believe what we tell to ourselves. So let's talk to ourselves the way we would with someone we love dearly. Once we have mastered the relationship with self, we'll master all other relationships in our life. In next session, we shall discuss more about communication with others. Until then, stay safe, stay home, and stay tuned.